Hey everybody, part 2 of Sonic 2, and I promise this whole part isn't going to be Chemical Plant.
Hey guys, we're in Chemical Plant. It only took us one whole part.
Well, I have all the emeralds now, so it's fine. Anyway, this is the zone that also keeps on reoccurring. It's basically the Green Hill of Sonic 2. It's in Sonic Generations, Sonic Pocket Adventure, Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, and I think that's it. But yeah, it's in a lot of games.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
Yeah, it nowhere near as much as Green Hill. That's in like every other Sonic game.
Can't be a Sonic game without Green Hill.
It's even in the movie. It won't escape us.
So that's the one time though where I'm like, ah, yes, Green Hill. Good.
Oh yeah. Obviously, it's the most iconic area in the entire franchise. It should be in the movie.
Oh, he's supersonic.
Oh man.
Alright, so Supersonic kind of was annoying in the original because he activated if he jumped at all with 50 rings. Here you have to press the jump button in the air, which I still do on accident, but at least, I can avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, they don't actually get the super transformation down until Sonic 4, oddly enough, because it has its own dedicated transformation button, which is much better.
Didn't Mania have it too? With the original issue?
Yeah, but then they patched it, thankfully. And I have this specific clip that I can't wait to show off when we do Mania, or in my Mania review, because that is going to happen somewhat soon, where I was flying as Knuckles, and I got 50 rings, and I needed to fly off of a wall. So I did that, but then Knuckles turned super and plummeted to his death. There was literally no way out of death there. After I collected that 50th ring, my fate was sealed.
I have achieved ultimate power.
Time to die.
No. Oh no.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh no.
On his tombstone.
Is this grape juice?
Yes. Go ahead and drink it, Brendan. I'm sure it'll yield great results.
It's just a grape juice factory?
The colors were so bright.
Why does it hurt to drink it?
Alright, so this is a shortcut right here. You should take it, because it cuts out one of the hardest sections in the game. Where you're going up that thing and you're jumping on the box and the water is rising.
I wasn't even aware of this. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that cuts down a lot of time.
Jeez.
Yeah, I take a shortcut every time. I also 1-up, yay.
17.
I mean, it just goes to show that top route's best route, right?
Yep.
I mean, I think that even goes for Mario as well. If I remember correctly.
Mario doesn't really have routes in the same way.
Yeah.
It's much more limited. Alright, so I almost did this a cool way. You can attack him in one cycle just by hopping on him over and over, but I only hopped on him 7 times instead of 8. I know. I'm bad at this game. You get an achievement for doing that, by the way, and yes, this game has achievements, and I don't care because it's a mobile game. I don't care about achievements on mobile.
So a little story time. When I played Sonic 2 as a kid, I would always get stuck at that boss, because I would always fall into the pit, because I would always get the timing wrong.
Fun fact, the blue bubbles he drops on you, that I didn't show because I killed him too fast. If you're crouching in the original Genesis game, it can't hurt you. You're immune to it.
Wow.
I don't know why. They fixed it in this version though, so yeah. Also, I just killed Grounder there. He's from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
Well, he's not from it, but you know what I mean.
Well,
I don't know how I feel about this zone. Kinda
It's alright.
I like the graphics, but yeah, that's about it.
I like how it's a water level that allows you to completely avoid water. That's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
You don't have... Oh, that's annoying. I got hit by that thing, it wasn't my fault. 18 lives, yay, Sonic's legal
44
now.
seconds.
Yeah, I blast through these zones, so I stopped caring about emeralds.
Yeah.
I mean, there is like a certain part of that stage where you can actually run in the water. I don't know if it's in this one or not, but...
I don't think you can run on water in this game at all.
I thought that was a thing. If you were going like fast enough, I thought you could do that.
I don't think that is. It is in Sonic 3 in Hydro City, but...
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Excuse me.
It's not like the Luigi. Come on.
And I guess Sonic 4 Episode 2. But let's not talk about that game. I'm kidding, Episode 2 is not that bad.
We think at least.
Yeah, I haven't played it since I was like 16, I think. So my opinion could definitely change. Like it did with episode 1. I went back to episode 1 like I don't know 4 or 5 months ago, and that game has nothing good going for it. Nothing. There's not a single thing about that game I like. Everything at best is passable. At best.
At best.
I
just thought the physics were... Yeah. I just thought the physics were weird for Sonic 4, and I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, so this boss is harder in this version because the arches are further apart because of widescreen. And this game actually changes aspect ratio depending on the device you're playing on. So I've seen this game in ultra widescreen, and the arches are like a mile apart. It's amazing.
Jesus. You're playing the like super expert.
He's clipped right through that. Okay.
Yeah, that happened to me in Sonic 1 also.
So the game is kind of like a website where it's dynamic and scaling.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That's how they did it.
I think most mobile games are like that because mobile phones come in different aspect ratios. Not all of them are.
That's weird from like a speedrunning perspective too, because it's like different resolutions are going to affect how well you do time-wise.
I feel bad for anyone speedrunning this on a phone, though.
Oh man, touchscreen controls trying to speedrun this game? No.
Yeah, that's why I play in BlueStacks.
What controller are you using to play this game, then?
Switch Pro controller.
Okay.
Oh, that reminded me, I had to go through such a headache to get that working. Last playthrough, I used Joy Key, but I couldn't use that this time because something happened to my controller to where it can't be recognized to an X input. Very long story, not getting into that. So I had to find a very weird workaround, and I ended up using the Steam home screen thing that allows you to change the map key inputs to like the desktop screen. And you might think, Brendan, why didn't you just add BlueStacks as a Steam game? I couldn't, because whenever I did that, the screen would glitch out horribly. So yeah, I spent like 2 hours trying to figure that out.
Wow. You spent more time trying to get the controller to work than the actual game that you tried to play.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's the same thing with SM64 NetPlay that we did.
Oh, yeah.
We spent like hours trying to get that to work initially.
All the troubleshooting, but that was worth it, though.
It was worth it, yeah, for sure.
Are we ever going to do another video?
Well, well, I'm sure we'll go back to it eventually.
Because, like, we haven't made another one of those videos in forever, because, like, the only ones we made are my main channel, back before this one existed.
Which you should go check out, by the way. That was a blast.
I was gonna say, they are in our playlist. It's a, other material playlist.
Pre-DB&J.
Yep.
That stuff is basically DB&J before DB&J. Like, same exact content, just it was on my main channel because this didn't exist yet.
Yep.
I was gonna say, that was like us experimenting with the idea of doing this.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
it was
I'm
a
happy
fun game to play with, too.
I'm happy that that stuff is in my main channel because I was never okay with Let's Play stuff being on my main channel. But I didn't know where else to put it, and I wanted to do it, so yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why this channel exists, so.
I don't know how you get up there. I always barely miss it. I don't know if it's possible. I'm sure it's possible. I don't know how to do it.
I mean, I guess like Knuckles and Sonic 2.
Yeah, but this game was not designed with Knuckles in mind.
That's true.
I guess that's another thing I should get into. Sonic 2, like, even the original game does have extra playable characters, being Tails and Knuckles if you have a Sonic and Knuckles cart. But Tails couldn't fly, and most re-releases of Sonic 2 does not include Knuckles. The only ones I know of would be the Mega Collection and the recent Sega Ages Switch version. But, by the way, the Switch version of Sega Sonic 2 is very good. It has HD Rumble, which surprised me.
Really? I mean, how does that work for Sonic 2?
Anytime you break something like a monitor or a bad nick, you feel like a rumble. And, yeah, I just didn't expect that.
Right. I know a Classic Collection on DS also had Knuckles as well.
Yeah, but don't play that. It's not, like, a horrible way to play Sonic. It's just not great.
Right.
Like, there's screen tearing, there's minor screen crunch, and the load times... Not load times, frame rate isn't as good. So I realized if you don't press anything here, you'll never stop going in that.
This was see definitely... the number go up.
Well, I just realized, okay, well, I might as well. The game is playing itself. I don't have to do anything. This does not work in the original Genesis game.
And gets it all taken away.
Because the physics are very slightly different. So in this, yeah, you can just not press anything ever and continuously go in there forever and get like 5 lives. I didn't realize this until I did that, but apparently there is actually a limit of how many lives you can get. Because when I got to the 500 ring count, it didn't give me another life. So I feel cheated.
They're just like, oh, well, no one's ever going to get that high anyway.
Right.
Boy, were they wrong.
Okay, so I'm kind of sad I turned super on accident because there's... I want to show off how I usually fight this guy, but I can't do that if I'm super. Normally what I do is just continuously spin dash to the right and jump while I'm on the wall and just hit Eggman there, kind of like I'm doing now.
Right.
It's not very hard, but if you don't have a strategy, this boss can be kind of tricky because it expects you to play it like a pinball game, and that's just not easy.
Those tiny bears?
They are.
Aww.
That was Casino Zone.
By the way, this is my favorite Sonic fact ever. Those little animals you save, each of them have names. Like the birds are called Flickies, the pigs are called Porkies. Guess what the chicken is called?
Chicken?
Cucky.
Oh my god. That sounds really suggestive when you say that like that.
Yeah, he's Cucky.
Oh my god.
What a Cucky.
Just pulled the cord of my head down.
No.
Dylan's too amazed by Cucky.
Yeah, he's blown away.
So yes, Cucky is an official Sonic character.
Oh, I don't... I remember this stage. I mean, it's okay. I don't know.
It's like the most whatever stage in the entire series.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the whole stage is you're doing the little balancing things and writing in these things. It's like the stage.
Yeah. It's not a bad stage or anything, but it is pretty forgettable.
Yeah.
I do like the colors of it. You know, blue, dirt, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, I turned super on accident. I turned super on accident. Why am I like this?
Why do I do this?
Oh yeah, this part.
I love how glitchy the lava. I love how glitchy the lava looks if you go too fast.
I do like the whole cliffside scenery.
Yeah, it's a pretty stage. It's just like the actual stage itself is.
Yeah.
23 lives.
Only 23?
I know. I think I finished Sonic 1 off with 25. So
We're closing in.
Anyway.
The song too is kind of it's like the whole thing is just like whatever.
Oh, dude, you should hear the prototype version. It's awful.
Really?
Which we will hear because I recorded the prototype.
Ooh.
Yeah. Watch the extra video.
All right, stay tuned.
It has unused levels like Wood Zone, and my favorite Genocide City. I'm not joking. So,
what?
I'm not. Yeah, that's a real zone name. It was cut for an obvious reason, but I'll get more into that later. If you want to know more about it, just watch that part, or I guess go on Sonic Retro, but please watch our videos.
Please.
Who in their right mind would want to move to Genocide City?
It sounds cool.
Alright, you got me there. Where do I sign? Whoa.
Oh.
Man.
I was hoping I'd stay there a little bit longer, but no, I had to be fast.
Sonic CD vibes. Time traveling.
I always just take the hit there. Expect me to go in elevators when I can just fall in lava? Get 10 rings, Brendan. Get 10 rings. Brendan, no!
Why did you do that?
I wasn't paying attention to the ring count. No! My life is over.
You've committed a crime against Skyrim.
Is it though? Like, Brendan, like, is it though? I mean, your career might be over. And your Sonic fan, like, badge.
By the way, I just want to point out, I don't know if he jumped over it or phased through it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he, like, clipped through it.
I phased through it. I've done that twice now. Three times if you count Sonic 1.
Just
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't the only one that saw that.
And Mystic Cave Zone.
There we go. Good music.
Yeah. Sonic 2 has a very good soundtrack. I don't think I need to say that because it's kind of just a well-known fact, but still, I'm gonna say it.
Yep. Just like our DKC2 playthrough.
Okay, so one thing I do want to bring up that I wish I brought up in our Sonic 1 playthrough, T-Lopes. He's the guy behind the Sonic Mania soundtrack. He remixed a ton of the classic Sonic music like 10 years ago, and I highly recommend listening to it. Each of his remixes are incredible and are probably the best versions of those respective songs. Especially his Labyrinth Zone remix. Oh my god, I love it. Marble Zone is also incredible. He did a bunch of stuff for Sonic 2 HD, which was a fan remake that seems to just not want to come out.
It's not like we'll get to hear the music with the Brendan being Super Sonic.
Yeah, I don't like that about the...
That's true.
I'm thinking about disabling that for Sonic 3 and Mania because I have the capability of doing that. So I will probably do that for those playthroughs, but I can't do that for this, so I'm sorry.
It's because you're doing Sonic
also,
3 Air, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, of course I'm playing Sonic 3 Air. Why would I play any other version?
Right. Yeah, I finally picked that up. It's probably the definitive version of the game.
Yeah, it is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonic 3 Complete is also very good, but it's a 4x3 game because it's a ROM hack. But it does have a bunch of stuff that Sonic 3 Air doesn't have. Like, you can play the game with Sonic 1 physics if you wanted to. There's that many options. There's that many options where they... Yeah, there's that many options to where they felt like they ran out of ideas, so like, hey, let's just put in Sonic 1 physics. I don't care if the game becomes unplayable in Mushroom Hill Zone. Because you need a spin dash in that level.
Oh. But it's there if you want it, so there you go.
But yeah, Sonic 3 Complete has a ton of stuff. Like, you can swap the zone order, you can listen to the PC soundtrack instead, which actually has different songs. There's a ton of other things I don't remember. I guess I'll go more into that when we do Sonic 3, because this is Sonic 2. I should probably talk about Sonic 2.
Right.
Random floating crates.
I know.
There is a Generations mod that remakes Act 1 of this, and it is so pretty, but it makes my computer lag hard when even Jungle Joyride runs fine.
Some things in life are just not fair.
Okay, so down there, that is the infamous spike pit. If you fall down there in the original Genesis version, there is a spike pit you can't jump out of, and if you're super, you just kind of have to wait for the timer to go down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you fell in there when you're super, like, that reminded me of that animation of Tails and Sonic sitting down there playing poker.
Yeah.
When I played this game on the 3DS, I'm not kidding, I fell down there 4 consecutive times.
It just gives you more time to rethink your life choices.
They did get rid of that spike pit in this version, though, which I will get into very soon. It is very different, and you actually want to fall down there, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil what happens, but something very cool happens that kind of blew my mind when I first saw it.
Alright.
But again, we'll see. I want to show off this whole zone first.
Oh, spikes.
Ow.
There you are, Sonic, in this random cave.
Some of these fights I could be super, but I don't want to because that breaks it too much.
You will not believe how many hours I've been digging through the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonic, thank God you're here.
We're 1,000 feet underneath the surface.
Oh, Sonic, thank God you're here. I've been stuck in this ground for like 2 hours now. I can finally get out.
Great, you beat me. I'm leaving.
It's running out of air.
Be free, animals, in this cave.
Anyway.
This mystic cave.
Mystic cave. What's,
hi, Shadow.
That is not part of Sonic 2, in case you need a clarification.
Oh, I thought it was. If you have the Sega CD attachment, it plays that.
Smooth transition, buddy. Smooth transition.
Ooh.
Hidden Palace Zone. This was an entirely unused zone in the original game, and they completely finished it for this re-release. You understand why this version is so good and why I'm in deep, horrible pain that's exclusive to cell phones?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, yeah, like, maybe a quarter of this level was playable in one of the prototypes, but, like, it was still very unfinished and just abruptly ended. But here, no, it's entirely finished, and it even has an original boss fight.
You can just hear the passion in his voice.
I can really tell.
So, apparently this zone was going to be, a zone you go to after getting the 7 Chaos Emeralds, but they cut it for whatever reason. And this song you're listening to actually was available in the original Sonic 2 through the sound test, so this is not a new song.
So they did as much preservation as possible while also, you know, completing it.
Well, Sonic 2 still has a bunch of other unused zones that weren't finished for this, but Hidden Palace was easily the best one, so... Like, one of them, Wood Zone, is just kind of ugly. Again, we'll get there in the bonus video.
Right.
But yeah, this is so cool, and like, apparently they actually had to specifically ask permission from Sonic Team to even put those badniks in, because these are technically considered new badniks. Even though they were in the Sonic 2 prototype, they were unnamed, and, yeah, they didn't have any names because they weren't in the final game. So, like, they actually had to ask special permission just to get them in. Anyway, I could just repeatedly jump into Eggman to kill him now, but I wanted to show how you fight this boss, considering a lot of people probably haven't even seen this. But I don't like this fight. It's very slow. And, like, you're not supposed to be able to hit him yet. You have to wait until this thing comes down, and it blows up, causes Eggman mech to fall down, hit him repeatedly, and the cycle repeats.
Or, you know, you could just do what Brendan did in Super Saiyan.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't like that fight, but like I'll still commend them for having an original fight. Because they could have just copied like Mystic Cave Zone's boss.
Sonic got through Zone.
I know, this just sounds so strange.
Oh yeah, this is a 1 act zone. There was supposed to be more acts in the, you know, originally, but they only made one for this version. But I don't care, they still finished the level, that's amazing. Anyway, that's it for part 2. The next part is the finale, where we will finally discuss those badniks in excruciating detail.
Yes.
Anyway,
until then.
bye
Bye, everybody.
Bye.